Leo, it kind of feels like you're meeting someone new. For those of you who are single, it kind of feels like you're re-entering the dating pool. You're getting a little bit optimistic about love again, maybe after some weird stuff in the past. It kind of feels like you're moving beyond that. You're kind of over it. Coffee cup is out here. This is beautiful. It says meeting and talking, savoring the moment, feeling elevated, building friendships. So for those of you where you have started dating and maybe there's someone who you kind of feeling, they're on your mind and your heart more than maybe other people that want your time. This is a beautiful energy, and it feels like Spirit wants you to allow there to be space to see how you all unfold naturally. What is the friendship like? What is the vibe like before? You know, maybe that commitment, just taking your time to enjoy the energy of someone else. Blowing kiss out here, so there's like this flirtatious energy happening as well, and I love it. Unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love, affection returned. So whoever you're spending your time with, who's ever on your mind and your heart, you're getting this vibe that you all are on the same page. The Two of Cups energy is mutually advantageous. You all are basically the same kind of love, you know, maybe not exactly the same love language, but you want the same thing. You're clear about why you all are coming together. Wedding rings beneath the deck, and it says unions and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, and devotion. Now, I shuffled the energy or the cards to get some energy and to understand what it is that you're working through, Leo. And the first time I shuffled the cards, soulmate popped out. I'm like, oh, that's beautiful, right? So this is still in that same energy. It's very clear that you are feeling like this is an opportunity possibly to connect on a deeper soul level. There's connection here. Now, for some of you, you're thinking about dating. This kind of feels like for some of you, this is the energy that you're manifesting right now. And for others of you, you're starting to think about long-term commitment. And so you are wanting to start with a simple, light conversation to get to know someone because you want something that is lasting. You don't want to waste your time, Leo. That's what's coming up very strongly. Going to get some tarot out here to refine this message and to get some clarity, but I want to do some housekeeping with you. I will never reach out to you, DM you, or private message you to get a reading with you. That's not what I do. If someone is doing that pretending to be me, just please report them and block them. I want you to be financially safe out there and secure. I'm not even open for readings right now. Okay, Leo, I love you. Be careful. Overall vibe and energy right now. Tell us a little bit more about this energy that lovely Leo is in. What is this about right now? This is beautiful. Let's see, thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. Okay. Okay, the sword is down. For some of you, you're wise. You've been through a lot. And maybe for some of you, a little while ago, maybe 6 months, years ago, maybe there was a little bit of hurt still, some resentment. You know, maybe spending some time alone because of your wounds. You had been through a lot. Maybe you weren't really open. If they said the wrong thing, you're like, up next. But it's something about this vibe that you're in now where it kind of feels like you're a little bit more open to that, right? The Empress energy is out here too. Now, if this Empress didn't pop out and I just got this upside down, I say, okay, Leo, let's come on over. Let's have some tea. Let's talk. Let's do a little counseling with each other because you're showing up dangerous. But you got the Empress out here. So this lets me know that you're putting your sword down to be more welcoming, loving, gentle. And it's not about the gender here. It's about the power and what it means to choose who you're going to be in your life related to love. And so, you know, the Queen of Swords just needing, you know, the logic, the math has to math, you know, feeling like you need to be overly mentally stimulated to be attracted to the person, which makes sense. You want somebody who has some brains, I get it. But this also feels like, again, just being kind of open to the process, loving, gentle, sacred feminine energy, which just means, you know, being conscious of the person, not being afraid to use love language type of words or to be expressive of how you feel. It doesn't feel like there are games being played here, Leo, and that is a beautiful energy. All right, God, angel, spirit guys, let's get some advice out here. What do you want Leo to know moving forward? What is the advice here? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guide. What is the advice for Leo? It's beautiful, beautiful energy. I've been doing some readings. This is good. This makes me happy. Okay, so this kind of feels like getting out of your head. Okay, you are worth it. The time that you have spent alone, building yourself, working on yourself, is paying off. This is a caution against, in this energy of growing in love, or for some of you, starting to date again. This is about being careful not to be in your mind about what you can have, not looking at what you do and don't have, and creating a mental narrative about what kind of expectations you should have, right? And what this looks like is, well, I only live here, or I don't have this degree, or I do have these degrees, or I don't drive this, or I don't make this kind of money. So maybe the kind of person that I need to be with is someone I should just be settling with. It kind of feels like, be cautious about that with all of these swords here. The Eight of Swords, it's all about, the mental fog based off of all of these programmed ideas that make people feel trapped in something that's not real. And so Spirit wants you to come out of that, and to get out of the place of over examining what you do or don't have, and creating, again, a narrative about what's good for you based off of that. It's a limited belief that could be getting in the way. That's the advice. God, angel, spirit guys, tell us more advice that you have for Leo in this energy. It's a beautiful time. What do you want Leo to know to expand their ability to have the love that they want, to have the joy that they want, the abundance? What advice do you want them to consider so that they can have their wants, their desires, the desires of their heart? Thank you, God, angel, spirit guides. What else? Thank you, God. Ten of Pentacles out here. This kind of feels like Spirit wants you to know that you can have it. Now, it kind of popped out reverse. So this feels like this. It's not so much focused on dating and expecting the long term. Right now, it makes sense why the Seven of Pentacles is out here. Okay, when you're dating, or whoever you are looking at right now, or you're thinking about getting into dating right now, it kind of feels like pulling back from the focus of the ultimate goal of wedding. Right? The Ten of Pentacles is about, okay, we're going to get married and we're going to have kids, we're going to have these businesses, and in 50 years. Right now, it doesn't feel like it's about that. It's not about thinking about these long-term things in the future, right? These are things that you want, you get to have it. But by letting that go and getting out of that mental space, you kind of change how you show up in your love life. You kind of change the way that you connect with people. It kind of feels like it's time to tear down this old way of approaching new love with the expectation first, and with putting on the table all of your kind of standards. Now, it doesn't mean it's time to lower standards either, right? We don't have to go back there in terms of standards, but this is about allowing the moment to unfold and be present, building the friendship. If you look at the bottom of this card, I don't know if you can see that baby writing there, but just being in that flirty, fun, growing, getting to know each other energy before having the mental commitment of wedding, the legacy and all of that. Spirit is wanting you to let this go. The Tower is an incredibly spiritual card, Leo, because the Tower happens when everything needs to be broken down in a way so that we can see ourselves and our truth and our nakedness. And so this is kind of like letting go of all of these, again, structures, ideas, the mental programming about what you're supposed to have at a certain age by a certain time in life, and stop leaning into that when it comes to the people who are wanting to be in your life right now, and just enjoying the vibe, seeing if you can connect on a spiritual level, and letting go of some of this earth energy. There's a lot of earth. What do we have? What can we see? The material, right? That's important, because we got to be able to hug and love each other inside of a home or somewhere to live. Got it, granted. But when it comes to understanding if this person is going to be a good person for the unfoldment of your soul, are they healthy? Are they loving? Do they have, values? Where do they come from? Things like that is more important than they say the right words. They have all of the money. So when we get married, that's kind of like archaic. That's falling away from you now. You're pulling into a new way and style of leading in your dating life, and that also has an influence on how you connect, the kind of conversations that you have. So that's the advice that I have for you Beautiful energy, Leo. I hope you're well in the world. Please, again, do not even respond to those people, the DMs, the messaging. It is not me. Please just report and block to keep our community safe. Take care of yourselves out there. Bye.